Hello and welcome to Moment of Truth on Labour Social. I'm Graham Hughes. Come on, this should be it. How is this not it? How is this not the moment that every decent human being in the country stands up and says, enough? For the love of God, enough! A survey of the nation's schools started in 2017 and ran to 2019, looking at the structure of these buildings. From the very moment it was clear that at least one school was in danger of collapse, those findings should have been made public and the problem rectified. Schools are the buildings that our children spend the most amount of time in, other than their family homes. And yet this hateful Tory government has known since 2017 that at least some of these buildings could, at any time, collapse and crush our children to death. Instead of telling the schools, telling parents, protecting the children, putting things right, the Tory government chose to do nothing. Worse than nothing, they sat on the report. They hid the information from us. They hid the information from the parents of children in these schools, at least 150 of them. Maybe hundreds, if not thousands more. On May the 23rd this year, Labour forced a Commons vote to compel the Tory government to reveal the location and extent of these crumbling school buildings. To compel the Tories to publish the data that they had sat on at that point for at least 4 years. 296 Tory MPs voted to hide this data from the public. The callous and completely unnecessary retention of this information could have directly led to the deaths of British school children. It's pure dumb luck that it didn't. This goes beyond incompetence. This is malice. Malice against the most vulnerable and treasured part of our social tapestry, our children, our kids. This has been a long time coming. What was one of the first things the coalition government did when they attained power in 2010? They cancelled Labour's £55 billion school building programme by suspending projects for 715 schools. Why? Because they don't care. They don't use these schools. They didn't attend these schools. Their children don't attend these schools. You can bet your bottom dollar that Eton and Harrow will be opening as usual next week. The Tories have willfully put the lives of thousands of our children at risk, completely unnecessarily, because they didn't want every parent in the land to see what 13 years of austerity, 13 years of underfunding, 13 years of a flatlining economy does to a country. They've known for years that these schools were unsafe. This information was available to at least 7 different education secretaries over the last 5 years, and all of them said nothing. In the light of this scandal, Gillian Keegan must step down. And if the Tories had any integrity whatsoever, they will call for an immediate general election. So we, the people, can turf these sick bastards out of office. But we know it's not going to happen. As Charlie Brooker pointed out several years ago, these people, these Tories that would happily remove the warning signs from minefields if it meant they could cling to power for a few more months, were born with an essential part of their soul missing. No doubt you know people, colleagues, neighbours, family, friends, who are still intending to vote Conservative in the next election. I want you to call them. I want you to call them now and tell them that the Conservatives knew they were putting the lives of British children in danger, and instead of doing the right thing, they hid that information from us all. 296 Tory MPs voted to hide this information. And if that person, you know, can still bring themselves to vote for these monsters that have put thousands of innocent children, your children, my children, in mortal danger, then you do not want to see them. hear from them, or even acknowledge their very existence ever again.